Welcome to the Unreliable show. I'm the floating head of Tyler. That's the floating head of Dean. What's up? I'm feeling a little disembodied. Oh, shut up. So we just saw Godzilla.
That we did.
The 1998 Roland Emmerich version.
God, no. That's right up there with Signs.
I enjoyed that movie. It was fun. It was campy.
You're the
in a cheesy
one.
way. I'm the one. And 5-year-olds. 5-year-olds seem to like it too. So, whatever. We just saw Godzilla in theaters. And we're going to review it, so stick around. Welcome to the Unreliable show. Alright, so Godzilla. It's been a long time coming. I've been waiting for almost a year.
He's had the countdown on his phone for
I've had a countdown
months.
on my phone. Not kidding you. It's probably my most anticipated movie. It is
He's
my most
texted me with
anticipated movie of this
updates
year.
about the countdown.
Yeah. And if I haven't, he's actually said, "Hey, what's the countdown?" So we just got home. I can't make sense of all this. It was a mind-boggling movie. I can't see. I just want to start giving things away and start talking about it. It's spoiler free.
I can't get over my floating head.
It's spoiler free. Yeah, it's pretty weird.
Well, he's trying to figure out how to do this without spoilers. There's a few things I can jump in and say. There's a couple things I want to get right out of the way. The pacing in the movie, I thought was really good.
Yeah.
I know for a lot of
It kept moving.
big monster movies like this, there's the tendency to go one way or the other. They either focus too much on the humans or like the victims of the whole destruction and the just wanton everything going on around them, or they focus too much on giant monster fighting either other giant monster or the army, a la King Kong. This kind of balanced that really well and paced it out nicely. So there was a very good balance between monster on screen and human character development. No one cares on screen.
I agree for the most part. I think the beginning was a little slow. Maybe I was just keen to just see Godzilla or some monsters. I don't know. Maybe that was it. Maybe I have to, watch it again, to really, appreciate that point more. The beginning setup story. But yeah, the pacing was perfect. I never felt any dull, slow moments.
Yeah.
The movie could have kept going. I would have been fine with it. I'm not even sure. It was almost a 2-hour movie, or was it just over 2 hours?
No, it was. I think
it was just about 2 hours, and that was fine. Hopefully they do more Godzillas, so we'll get our fill a few years down the road and enjoy this one for what it is now. Characters, human characters are a pivotal plot point in this movie. Yeah. They're really the focal point of the movie. Did you have any issues with any characters? What were your likes, dislikes?
I didn't necessarily have any issues with any of the characters. Some of them I thought reacted kind of stupidly just to different things. Like, there were certain points where the characters should have had a better idea of what was going on and what was to come than they seemed like they did. But I don't know if that's really much of a complaint. One thing I do have to say, though, it's not really a complaint. It was just something I noticed. There was an unexpected cast lineup change thing that happened where they went one direction with a character that is not at all what I thought was going to happen with that character. And you know what I mean. And when we do the spoiler version, we'll explain more. But I did not see that coming. It was kind of surprising. They take things differently than you think they're gonna. Which, it's nice, though. It's a nice surprise. So even if you go in with some expectations, luckily I went into the movie having not seen any trailers, heard any reviews, anything. So I had no expectations, but even just from what I thought was going to happen from what I had seen thus far in the movie, it went somewhere entirely different. So it was really good. It keeps you on your toes.
I saw trailers. I was a trailer follower up until the very last week before it opened, because I wanted it to be a little bit fresher in my head. But even this little twist that he's talking about really caught me off guard.
Yeah.
It really did. But overall, the character development was great. Didn't feel too overly done. It wasn't too not fleshed out where you didn't feel for the characters.
Yeah. Well, I didn't feel for the characters, but that's because I wanted to see Godzilla. I didn't care.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean...
You could have killed them all.
Yeah.
Godzilla.
And Godzilla pretty much did just decimate, so... The few that survived were pretty damn lucky to have. So Godzilla. The king of the monsters. Satisfied with the way he was portrayed in the movie?
Oh, vastly. Yeah, I thought this, unlike the 1998 piece of crap thing that we unfortunately all had to deal with, this was astounding. I think this made him look a lot like what you'd expect him to look like. They had his iconic roar in there, which was just astounding to me. They brought back another couple features of the classic Godzilla that I was just surprised and thrilled about. I think there was, almost everything about the monster I loved.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still disappointed that at no point in the movie did anyone ride on Godzilla. I feel like that's not realistic enough. Like, if I'm in a city and everything's being destroyed and ravaged and everyone I know is already probably dead, and there's a giant Godzilla, I'm gonna climb on and ride him. I don't care. Because, if you're gonna go anyway, everything around you is dying. So, you may as well go out the best way possible.
I suppose. I'd be freaked out.
But at that point, everything's freaking you out. I mean, buildings are falling down, everything's on fire, and everyone's already dead anyway. You're already freaked out. You've reached your limit. At that point, just ride the Godzilla.
Yeah. You'd have to start up pretty high and start on top of a building and jump down onto him, because to climb up him and hope to stay alive for that long while buildings and rocks are crumbling off of his body.
I don't have to live long. I don't care. I just want to ride the Godzilla. I'll die riding Godzilla.
Just touch him. I just want to get to him and lick his leg. That's it. That's all I want.
That's going to be our first Unreliable Show shirt. Just ride the Godzilla.
Yeah, Godzilla was really cool. Yeah. Really cool in the movie. I mean, it's similar to the trailers. If you've seen the trailers where there's a lot of mystery and glimpses and flashes and, they leave you wanting more. And in the end, it pays off really well.
Yeah.
But yeah, they did Godzilla really well.
What did you think about the monsters?
The monsters, yeah. They're called Muto in the movie. I don't think that's really a spoiler. I think most people know that.
Yeah, that's not.
But the monsters, very well done. I thought they were going to be much more simple, and I wasn't really expecting much. Like they reminded me of large versions of the little tiny parasites that fell off the Cloverfield monster.
I love that movie.
They had the same mouth and everything, but they really weren't. They were really their own thing. They had their own character and their own life. And they were portrayed as animals.
Yeah.
It's not, they weren't just monsters out for destruction. They were just animals that happened to our buildings and things that we have got in their way.
Yeah, I do like how the monsters were just basically that. They were monsters. They weren't like aggressive predators looking to kill humans or anything like that. It's just big giant creature things going about their lives, and it's kind of like I told you earlier. It's not even that we got in their way because they didn't even notice us. It's like when you walk through a spider web, you don't notice that you're destroying a spider web. You're just going about your business, and it happens to get destroyed in the process. It's not even a thought in your mind. It's kind of how we were portrayed here, but accurately. Like, that's how it should have been. I think that was probably the best possible way to portray it.
Yep. Yeah, I kind of felt bad for him after Godzilla defeated him, because I'm like, hey, I understand the needs for procreation.
Well, there's a spoiler right there. Godzilla defeated the monsters.
Oh, come on, how could he not? He's Godzilla. He's Godzilla. Of course he's going to defeat him. You know that. It's just the fun of the ride is getting to that point. And how he does it is pretty cool too.
Yeah. Which we won't spoil.
Not yet. Check out our next video for that one. Click the link over here, the annotation right in between our floating heads. God bless you.
That's going to look awesome on video.
So, alright, overall, final words, final thoughts on the movie. I thought it was a fantastic movie. It exceeded my expectations. It went in a little bit of a different direction than where the trailers went, because I was really following the trailers unlike Dean here. And it gave me some little twists and turns that the trailers didn't really show you. But you still saw some pretty iconic images from the trailers that were in the movie, so that was kind of a little bit of a letdown. But overall, fantastic movie. I would recommend it to anybody. Definitely can't wait to own it on Blu-ray and get a chance to go through and find little Easter eggs that I'm sure are hidden. And check it out. Godzilla 2014. Gareth Edwards, great job. Godzilla, King of the Monsters.
Yeah, I'd have to go along with the same. I didn't know what I was getting into going into it. Like I said, I didn't look anything up. I like to be surprised entirely. And I was very pleasantly surprised. This was quite good. There's been a lot of reboots of old franchises recently that I kind of was on the fence about, and a bunch that sucked entirely. But this was astounding. Mm-hmm. I would highly recommend this. Even if you're not the biggest Godzilla fan, this is just a really good movie. Like, that's a good thing. Like, if you go in and you don't really know or care much about Godzilla, this is still just going to be a good, fun movie to watch.
Yep.
So, yeah, highly recommended.
Yep. Do you think it's the best movie of the summer so far?
I haven't seen that many movies yet.
Well,
so,
we did.
Sure.
We did Captain America. We did Spider-Man. We did this one. Those are the three.
Ooh.
Those are the three biggest ones of the summer that came out so far.
I don't know how this stacks up to Spider-Man. Spider-Man was astounding. Every issue I had with any existing Spider-Man movie, they fixed all of them. So, I don't know. I'd put it up there with Spider-Man. I don't know if it's better. But I would definitely say watch this one. And watch that one too, but watch this one.
Godzilla, if you've seen it, let us know in the comments. If you haven't, are you hoping to see it? Are you going to see it in 3D? We didn't. We're not fans of 3D.
Yeah.
We would have seen it in IMAX, but IMAX doesn't do non-3D shows anymore. Stupid IMAX. But it was fine just the way it was.
Yeah.
We enjoyed it. So check out Godzilla. Check out our link if you want to see a spoiler review of Godzilla.
And, as always, if you like, subscribe. If you subscribe, like it. Thanks for watching. Peace!